We don't trade with Atreides scum or their sympathizers.
Still sniffing scraps from the hand of the Atreides. Oh, I suspect they've let a secret or two slip. I suspect a little treachery would take you far.
I see you. Just a moment. I mean no offense by my delay. My limbs do not respond as quickly as they once did. You will be wanting a dram of my water, is that right? I trace my blood through theirs, yes. But we here have grown far from our brothers and sisters out in the far reaches of the desert. I myself have never even seen the inside of a sietch. Oh, I know nothing of their world, but understand, a location is of no use to you. You will find nothing if they do not wish to be found. Fortunate for someone like you, meeting them would be only the beginning of your troubles. This is their world, their home. Outfriend bring nothing but misery. To the Fremen, you may serve only as water for the tribe. Oh, I have lived here all my life. Even so, I don't think I can tell you very much. My father knew so much of this place, a story for every moment. He was a fine man. It's been Harko Village since before I was born, but my father told me that not much before my time, it was called Kirana, before the Harkonnen came. Their name is lost to my memory, but many riches they had. My father spoke of them many times. I remember because he wished the Harkonnen never came. Father said life before the Harkonnen was hard, but not cruel. The Harkonnen changed everything, but it's all I've ever known. Oh, so many things. Old stories of our people, songs he taught me. But there was one thing I still remember, because it always set my mind to dreaming. I'll say, but only if you never tell another. I will trust you, he said. That Harko hides a great secret. I know every old place has secrets, but this was different. If you find it, you'll tell me, won't you?
Yes, I see you. State your business. This is not the den of leisure and luxury it appears to be. I am busy. What do you want? That remains to be seen. What I can do is provide access to certain resources, or the tools to mine them yourself. If you have already got all that, I can set you up with what you need to start refining those resources. Grigori Harkonnen is the village lord, has been for nearly 2 centuries. But since the destruction of Karthik, Glosuraban often appears. Much to Grigori's displeasure, it is said. One can easily imagine a fair number of reasons. Glosuraban is not a subtle man. His presence is to the displeasure of just about everyone he meets. Whatever do you mean? I merely said it would be a pleasure to assist you. Now, let us get on with it before you're accidentally struck with a welding laser. This can be a dangerous area. That depends on what you are looking for, friend. Whether I tell you or not depends on how generous I'm feeling at that moment. Now? I think you'd better try again another time. I'm feeling unappreciated.
I'm going to stop you right there and say straight off that for any repair, construction, or renovation job, I'm booked solid through the next 8 months. So don't even ask. Best I can do is maybe let you have a few supplies, what little I can get my hands on, that is. War's great for repair work, but the supply chain's as gone as the Fremen.
Hello. If you're planning to head out to collect spice, I have all that you need. Is it not the reason we are all here? Spice is life, but more importantly, spice is wealth. With spice, everything is possible, and it's right out there for the taking. If you can avoid everything that will kill you, which is everything.
A kitten wanders in from the dark, lost and afraid. Can I help you, kitten? Kitten, if you needed to know that, you'd know. Why don't you come back and talk to me when you have something to talk to me about?
I don't recognize the pattern of your footfalls. Who are you? Oh, you're in dubious luck, then. I am an adept of the Ginaz school. Millennia of martial knowledge distilled down to the broken form before you. Though I'm but a mangled memory of Seron Varlin, a memory is enough to thrash you. Keep your distance. Seems there's an old custom on this cruel planet to cast the blind out among the dunes for burial by way of worm belly. Several curs accosted me to uphold that tradition. I scribed regret upon their flesh in so bold a signature as they won't soon forget. On guard. Whether you are worthy or not, my days of training are long gone. Still, there's something you could do for me, and maybe we can reach an accord. In a recent scrape, I gave as good as I got. But the knaves made off with the last possession that is important to me. The hilt of my old Ginaz sword. Find out who did this, and I would find myself obliged to you. Off you go, then.
Seeking alliances with rival factions is an alliances with rival factions is an act of betrayal. Loyalty to House Harkonnen is non-negotiable. In the shifting sands of uncertainty, House Harkonnen stands firm as the bedrock of stability.
Welcome to Hannivar's. Follow 3 simple rules and you'll have a good time. Rule number 1. We maintain a segregated lounge. You must stay within your own designated cast area. The Na Familia will not abide a low-born interloper, and I don't want to hear the bitching. This rule is for your own protection. They sit around waiting for any excuse to invoke Canley and kill you where you stand. Rule number 2. All drinks cost what they cost. You pay up front, no haggling and no discounts for any Harkonnens. Don't even ask. Rule number 3, stay out of the back room. It's off limits. I'm Anoushka Hannivar, and this is my place. The same thing that happens to any poor savages that don't submit to the Imperial yoke. My world had its own primitives that suffered the same fate. The ones who adapt survive. The Fremen had no chance against the Sardaukar. That's a special drink. Fresh cedric juice is hard to come by on Arrakis. Was there anything else with that? You're the second one looking for Tuco in the past week. I don't know and I don't want to know. I've got enough drama in my life dealing with the Harkonnens. Same thing I'm gonna tell you. Most of my clientele don't want to be found. And I don't ever ask. Half the Blackhearts in the basin know the passphrase. That and a Solari will get you a cup of coffee. Kara sent you, huh? I warned her about dealing with Tuco. He's as greasy as it gets. Tuco must have finally ripped off the wrong mark, and they want him dead. It's actually surprising it took this long. Tuco's a slippery bastard. Won't be easy if he doesn't want to be found. See that room at the back? Normally, I would advise anyone and everyone to stay the hell out of there if they like the skin on their bodies. It's a Samut lounge. The smugglers use it to coordinate their Harko operations. He doesn't have a choice if he wants to avoid pissing off Fenring any more than he already has. The smugglers keep a ledger in there to coordinate dead drops. Tuco's in that book somewhere. If you want to find him, you need to walk into that back room like you belong there and check the book for yourself. It's written in code, of course, but if you can look it over and report back, I may be able to figure out where Tuco is holed up.
look. The kitten is back. Do we have business? Easy, kitten. You ought to buy me a drink before opening with a crazy rant like that. Who did what to whom? Oh, perhaps not so crazy after all. What would you like, a pat on the head? I'm a professional intermediary. Even I do not know who hired me to arrange this. Now, you could escalate things, but no one would like the results of that, and you still wouldn't have answers. We could go through all that drama, or I could placate you by telling you exactly where to find the Sandflies who did this, and you can wring what satisfaction you can from their necks. I've marked the location on your sync chart. Their base is in the Para north of Hagga Bassin. Don't expect a warm welcome, and don't mention my name.
Welcome back. Welcome back. At its heart, a village like any other. At least it was before they came. Grigori Harkonnen was an unusually agreeable village lord, especially for a Harkonnen. But then Carthage was destroyed, and all those great house bastards took up here in Harko. Glossu the Beast Rabban and his snake of a mentat. A name I shall not utter lest his evil gaze turns upon me. Have to hand it to Grigory, though. He played it exactly right and stood aside before the beast could push him from the spire. I speak the truth, that is all. The beast can eat Yazla. Our loyalties were to Count Abelard Rabban, not his demon son. The Count used to sail with Father on whaling expeditions. It was Abelard who presented us with his beer hall in gratitude for ending Krasinok's reign of terror. But I think Father looks at the boon as more of a retirement gift from an old friend for a life of loyal service. It said Glossu strangled his father to death with his bare hands. I pray it's not true, but it said that's how the beast got his name. Wise? No. But wisdom is in shorter supply than water on Arrakis. I say what I think, and there's nothing they can do about it. I know where the bodies are buried. I know their big secret. A hidden truth about this town that would bury them all if it ever found the right ears. And they know I have contingencies in place, should anything happen to me or Father. It's a stalemate. I mess with them and they can't do anything about it. But they know I'm stuck here. Father is too old to go anywhere else, and I won't leave him. So they've got me where they want me. Until he's gone. But that's another conversation. Because you've never been to my homeworld. Every millimeter of stonecrete, every glass portal, and every shape beam in here is meant to invoke a unique construction detail found only on the ice planet, Lankivale. In truth, we are shamelessly borrowing from the renowned design mentat Hansia Einwald, but I like to think he would be flattered if he wasn't dead. The nautical theme and ornamentation celebrates our homeworld's most famous export, the magnificent and priceless furs of the great Beyondux whale, the bones of which hang suspended above the beer hall as our dramatic centerpiece. This particular specimen was an especially infamous and fearsome beast known as Krasinok. Me? That's a good laugh. No, that would be my father, Ilyich. He was a whaleboat captain in his younger days. In fact, father was granted this place as a boon for catching the beast. Krasinok sent more than 30 boats to the bottom before father finally took it. 11 men and 4 limbs were lost in the 8-day running battle with the beast. Narrow harpoons bristling from its ivory hide like a hedgehog. A hide that now hangs behind the Baron's rather ample habitus as a fancy dress cape. Welcome back. That's a special drink. Welcome back. The same thing that happens to any... My world had its own primitives that suffered the same fate.
I knew you'd be back. Only a matter of time. I assume you mean the Samuta and not me. I am quite particular about my hygiene, my friend. Not myself, no. But after Mother died, my father found solace in the escape the drug provides. Now the little that is left of him yearns for nothing else. It is a dismal, blind alley to travel. Mind you keep clear of Samuta. Kahraman Rais is my name. Mechanic. Not the only one, but I'm the only one I'd recommend. There are a lot of people in Harko you don't want to deal with. Some would take the water right out of your mouth. This place has a way of making people mean. Look around. This isn't a paradise like Chusuk. On Arrakis, every day is a battle. And Harko fights dirty. You can try to do the right thing, but eventually, like a worm, it pulls you down to where you're doing things you never thought you were capable of. It's a question of survival. And the shape it takes depends on the pressure applied. But listen to me. Going on about pressure. Ugh. I must have that jammed pneumatic stamp on my mind. You know, Einar's asked after it 3 times this week. Can you believe? Ah, but I'm sure you mean what can we do for each other, huh? Well, you can find fuel here, but also tools and packs for repair. I've got access to vehicle schematics, too. If any of that interests you, I'm sure we can come to an arrangement. What's on your mind?
We meet again. The rhyme of your stride betrays you. Yes? I see. Then I would like to amend our contract. Bring back my sword hilt. Do what you must to the Sandflies. All that matters is the sword hilt. It's all I have left of my past. Please bring it to me. I will train you if you do.
Shield engaged!
You keep coming back like this, I'll have to stop calling you stranger. Stranger?
Can I fly you somewhere today? Music tonight? The basin is a pretty... Most folks try to stay clear of slaver gangs, but let's try to avoid any pot shots from the local...
them all! Got your back. Interloper! I've got you covered. Grenade out! Fire in the hole! Enemy sighted! Attack! To arms! Tossing grenade! Interloper! Someone identify yourself! Coming! Where's my backup? You're dead. There's someone here. Shield on! Help! Help! They're coming! Die! I see someone. Yourself.
Shields up!
I require
We've got incoming!
enemy sight. They're coming!
Let's get the bastard!
Grenade out! Let's get the bastard!
I need support!
Arms! Let's get the bastard! Your water is mine!
Get them! Get them!
They're coming!
Die!
Kill
The
them
water
all!
is mine!
Let's get the bastard! You're dead!
Reload!
Found them!
The balance of probability suggested I would see you soon. Good. I have the test results of the tainted spice. It will take time to interpret the data, but we will have a better understanding of this poison. What did Thufir say regarding my request to eliminate Ambrose Lucifera? What? No. No, his is a brilliant mind. Surely he understands the logic, the calculation, the need. Lucifera is a corruption, a cancer. The only kindness is to cut him out. The only solution to the equation is terminal. Why doesn't he compute that? Thufir is rarely wrong, but he is wrong now. We must act before it is too late. We will take the initiative, and I will take full responsibility. I've taken the liberty of lacing this expensive bottle of wine with some of the tainted spice. It will be undetectable to poison snoopers. Ambrose is a known Epicurean and experience seeker. Convince him that this bottle of wine is a singular and exclusive experience. I'm too well known in Arakeen, but you can make sure Ambrose drinks this. Take the bottle, say no more. I know you'll do the right thing.
It's always good to see you, friend. Then you spoke to one of the houses? What did you learn? Sietch Tarl? It's not somewhere I've heard of. Did you go there? Did you find anything? A memorial? The Fremen don't build anything like that for their dead. Was there anything else? This is a funeral chant, left by one of the Fremen. I think it was left for Kynes. It begins with a simple address. Liet Kynes, honored parent. Full moon calls thee, Shai-Hulud shall thou see. Red the night, dusky sky, bloody death didst thou die. We pray to a moon. She is round, luck with us will then abound. What we seek for shall be found in the land of solid ground. And it is signed, Cheney. What does this mean? A Fremen child. And this was left after the pogrom, which means that some of the Fremen survived. I don't know. Perhaps it was only a few individuals, or perhaps there is a hidden place. Who can say? But that is the next link in this chain. Kynes was working on something with the Fremen. Perhaps there are more answers there, but the Fremen are gone. I need to think about this, and what it means for my work.
We meet again. The rhyme of your stride betrays you. Yes? Place it in my hand. Yes. Even without eyes, my hands know this hilt. Its familiar heft is as comforting as an old friend. You have my gratitude. And? I have no interest in doing that. Drop it now. Because I already know. My apologies. I already know who did this. You look upon a broken man, living in the refuse of his ideals and former glory, kept alive by an enemy who respects him too much to let him die. Forgive me if my trust in humanity is shattered. Let the story alone. Let's keep this simple. You've earned some training. Are you ready? Then let us begin. Let the blade fill your hand. Let the blade become your hand. Be mindful of your breathing and listen carefully to my words. Remarkable. There are fighters who possess natural talent, but you are beyond that. Your muscle memory is that of someone far more experienced.
special drink. Fresh cedric juice is hard to come by on Arrakis. Was there anything else with that? Well, this is just an informed guess, but I'm pretty sure that code refers to a dead drop on top of one of the rock spires in Jabal Eifrit. You're back. Did you find Tuco? Tuco. I loved you like the degenerate shitbag uncle you thought you were. It's true. You never missed an opportunity to rip me off. When your hands weren't in my pocket, they were on my ass. But you always had my back. Rest in peace, Uncle Tuco. I guess I owe you some training, Boot.
I can already tell we are going to be fast friends, unless we already are, in which case it's so good to see you. How long has it been? Well, far be it from me to look a mysterious wine-bearer in the mouth, but perhaps you ought to tell me who your patron is before I accept. That does sound romantic. When do I get to meet her? Or him? Caledonian wine. A rare experience. by Jove, I like you. I'm going to a party later, and sharing this will make me the belle of the ball. Do you drink while on duty? Don't answer. Let me tempt you not. I'll shield you from this devil's ambrosia. Just a selfless soul, drinking for two. I'm afraid something of this vintage simply must be shared. It's just my indelibly magnanimous nature. Oh, I'm quite good at enjoying. When it comes to indulgence, I'm second to none.
I expected you. Sorry. Occupational hazard. Yes. I didn't initially expect her to move so fast, but I've taken action. What do you have to say for your part in all of this? Ah, yes. You chose to follow Andrea's orders while explicitly ignoring mine. A rather creative interpretation of chain of command, don't you think? People nearly died in the fallout of this stunt. A useful contact in several blameless bystanders. They survived by only the narrowest of margins. Andrea turned herself in, claimed complete responsibility for everything. Loyalty still means something to her, and a willingness to face consequences. Her actions took me aback. Ambrose, you see, was my double agent, feeding misinformation to the Harkonnen. There will be a disciplinary action. Then I will place her on other cases far from Skorda. She faced her misconduct with honor. Our work isn't done. Now you work for me directly. You have Andrea to thank for that. She made the case to keep you on. She made it very well. A process cannot be understood by stopping it. Understanding must move with the flow of the process, must join it and flow with it. I can only teach you what comes next by throwing you into the flow directly. Perhaps, in the process, we can save my Duke and his house. Understanding the origin of the tainted spice is vital. Taking in all of the data, I detect Imperial influence, though I do not know from whom. We must trace the links in the chain back to Skorda. It is from him we will get clearer answers.
The man recently appeared in Erekine. I've calculated his most likely contact, a naive Atreides trooper named Rafe Arslau. He's stationed in Erekine. Find him. Find out what he knows. We know he's had past dealings with Skorda. Further details are in the contract.
Hey, you again. You are you? Well, who's asking? Yeah, I heard he got jumped by mercenaries when he tried to go off-world. Happy to help. Skorda's a hero of mine. I owe everything I am today to him. I was just a street dog on Caladan. I messed up. I was on my way to a prison planet. But Skorda, see, he was in the constabulary. He saw something in me. Skorda covered it up for me. Got me set up as a recruit in the Atreides House Forces. And here I am now. Right. Last I saw, Skorda was talking to one of them weirdo cult recruiters in town. I could see one of them.
I expected you. Sorry. Occupational hazard. Well done. The cult in question is the Masquerade. Strange cult. Even stranger rituals. But why would Skorda be talking to them? Speak with one of their cult recruiters. See how far you can get by playing an eager new recruit. Their practices may seem strange and even nonsensical, but don't fall into the trap of underestimating them. It's a bad habit.
Shai-Hulud blesses me with your presence again. And the coils of providence bring you to us. I am a Naib of the Masquerade. I am a teacher. I am a recruiter. We follow the holy tremors of Shai-Hulud as interpreted by our Sayadina Nala. We honor the tyrant worm by spilling our water. I understand your confusion. To the blind, sight must seem like insanity. But this is blindness that can be cured. In the meantime, can I be of help? Oh yes, a promising convert. Come to our learning center in the Udum. You will find your friend, and perhaps enlightenment.
I expected you. Sorry. Occupational hazard. An impressive performance and a tidy report. I appreciate that. So many field agents are sloppy with their documentation. I'm afraid there is no time to build a proper cover. Besides, I already have a hidden agent among the Masquerade. You'll do what you do best. Attack swiftly and directly, and obtain what information you can. It seems we're not the only ones after Skorda. I received word that he tried to get off-world before talking to Oslo, but was attacked by 2 mercenaries. He made a daring escape. Perhaps Harkonnen, perhaps someone else. Skorda may have joined the cult for strange purposes, but I wager he wanted protection from his attackers. Go to the learning center. Find Skorda or information leading to him. Take all due precaution. These are fanatics.
I suspect you have some business with House Wallach, or me, or both.
Always good to see a familiar face. What can I do for you today?
Welcome back.
Hello again.